Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please do subscribe. I'm due to go to the dentist this afternoon in Chatham, which is not far from Rochester, and eventually when all these flats are finished you'll be able to walk from Rochester Riverside into Chatham, probably right up to the B&M store where my ex used to work as a cleaner. Yes, he worked for a few months as a cleaner. My ex at Lansdowne Court did. I haven't worked at B&M stores. I'm not a people person, so I don't really want to be front of house. I don't like to be on the reception desk. I can't answer phones anymore because they hurt my face. At the moment, the male cleaner is in the building and he's heavy breathing and banging against my door. He's probably climbed up the stairs and he's out of breath. He's making noises outside my front door area. So, I had some bad news yesterday, some upsetting news. I have got to go out to the dentist. How do I deal with receiving bad news, feeling upset and walking outside, going to an appointment without getting cross with other people, without getting upset and without acting stupid? That is what I have to say to myself before I go outside to my appointment. There is a load of banging going on. The cleaner is in and out of the bin store. The bin truck is coming down the road. It's Thursday. Thursday is the day that the bin truck takes the rubbish. My son went back to London yesterday, so there's no real rubbish of mine in the bins, not today. So basically, when you've had a rough time and you're not feeling that great, when you go outside you feel miserable, and any little upset is going to aggravate you. So me, I don't focus on other people. I focus on something nice, something that's going to cheer me up, something that's going to remind me of something in my past that made me happy. I'm not going to look for negative things. So if someone has their back turned to me, I'm not going to take it as if I'm being ignored. They want to sit like that. They want to stand with their back against the wall. They want to sit with their back facing me. Because when I go into a coffee shop, there are two chairs. When I'm sat at a table for two, there's one chair there and there's one chair there. And you're going to have your back facing somebody. So that is nothing to worry about. If someone's got their back towards you, they're not turning their back on you. They want to sit that way. Perhaps they're a bit shy of looking at people as they're coming down the road. So they're sat with their back to you because that's the way they want to sit. And when people cough as you go past, they're not trying to grab your attention. They've probably got a cold or the start of coronavirus. And you don't want to go near somebody that's got germs. Because the coronavirus is back in China. It's back. It's spreading. And the Chinese are trying to control it. So if it's back in China, it can come back to Great Britain and spread around the world again. So I am not going to approach somebody that's coughing or sneezing or go anywhere near them. So I'm just going to go outside as I normally do, minding my own business, walking down the street, keeping safe. If I get on the bus, keeping to myself, keeping near the driver if there's trouble at the back. If you're on a train and there's a group of yous, you go to a train carriage where there's some women if you're a woman and it makes you feel safe. You go near people that you know. So if there's a witness, if any of you get into trouble. If you're on the street in broad daylight, nowadays you still have to be careful. So I keep away from the curb. I keep away from the curb. Drug use is rife in Chatham and Medway. A driver can be on drugs, a bus driver, a taxi driver, even someone driving a fire engine can smoke weed. I've smelt it near the builders, right? Workers smoke drugs. That is this day and age we're living in. So I stay away from the curb, away from traffic, because someone on drugs can crash a car or any vehicle. So keep away from the curb. Okay, I personally, I don't think I've got asthma, but smoking adversely affects my lungs, so I tend to hold my nose or put my hand over my face if I see someone coming smoking at me. That's how I deal with that. When there's a gang of 4 or 5 people walking up the path, I used to get cross and try to get my way past them, or now just let them walk. My ex ex-husband was beaten up walking past 4 or 5 blokes walking across a shopping centre. He was beaten up in a shopping centre, just off a shopping centre. Okay, so don't push past people walking in a line. Let them go past. Your safety is paramount, right? People these days don't care. They'll leave you on the floor. They'll drive across your body and drive off. That's the way life is these days. Okay? So I've got to go out. I've got to go to an appointment. I've had several people say I'm brave, because you have to be brave in this day and age. There's no good being a coward. So I'm going to this appointment. Then I'm going to phone up the pain clinic in London later on or tomorrow and see what's going on there, why they cancelled my appointment. I don't live in London, I live in Rochester, so when I go to London I have to use public transport, I have to go on the train. My son was in the Pentagon Centre yesterday, Chatham, my son was. Now I'm going into the Pentagon Centre, Chatham, today, and I'm his mother. So it's not my car that's nearly exploded. I walk everywhere, or I use the bus, or I go on the train. I've never driven. I've never owned a car. So, when you're laughing, you're not laughing at me. And you're not really taking the mickey out of me, because you've got it all wrong. You've absolutely got it all wrong. You're taking the mickey out of the wrong person. As I said, I'm not worried about looks. There's several people on YouTube that walk outside with disabilities, deformities, and put up with the most horrendous abuse. Oh, I thought they've had a mask on their face, which is rude. Rude. That person should have been burned at birth. And that was left on YouTube for a number of months. Okay, that's why I don't leave comments on. Okay, that's why I don't let people comment on my videos, because people think it's funny to say really horrible things, when if that happened to them, if they were told they belong in a box, they're as ugly as fuck, they wouldn't like it. So why do they do it to other people? Because they can get away with it. Because they can put fake profiles up and pretend to be Joe Blogs and get away with it, because this country is not tight enough. It's not strong enough on the safety of the public. It's not. It doesn't care. It's money making. Everything's about making money, not about keeping people safe. So if people were forced, every time they posted something, to show their face and their true identity, they wouldn't be so lucky and clever to get away with vile, vindictive, hative, disgusting, vile comments. And they would be instantly locked up. And that is where a hater, a racist, a nasty person belongs, in prison. Okay? So until this country deals with cowards hiding behind fake profiles, because how do you know they're not ugly? How do you know they're not vile when they're making hateful comments? And the majority of them are. If you find out what a catfish looks like, right? Sometimes it's a woman pretending to be a man because they're sick and a bit of a pervert. They're getting away with it. That is why I turn my comments off. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I'm not interested in pillocks that talk bollocks, that have no idea what it is like to go through certain things, so they think it's funny, because half the time they're sat at home with a weed joint in their mouth and no life. At least I go out, at least I do things, and at least I try and help people. I don't sit on my little laptop or phone sending vicious comments and being hateful because I'm a nobody. I try and help people. I don't sit there and try and put people down. There is good in everyone, so you can turn one of these pillocks into a hard-working person, a clean person. But they don't want to. They want to be horrible. They want to be nasty. They want to be ugly inside. And I'd rather be ugly outside than ugly inside, thank you. See you later.